Hey guys and girls, it's Blackjack with 396 Guitars. We're back with the cheapy guitar with the broken headstock. Today is the remove the clamps and reveal if our repair is going to hold, and then we can move forward and make it play music again. Let's get to work. Remember, if you dig what I'm doing, like and subscribe. We're in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and we want to work on your guitar. All right, so it's been 24 hours. We're just going to undo the clamps and take them off and inspect what we did. So far, it looks pretty good. It's flexing the whole neck here when I twist on it. So that means it pretty much grabbed. The holes look pretty symmetrical. A little bit of dried glue on there. I would expect that. But the main part looks like it's going to hold. Nice and smooth there. Nice and smooth there where it went together. We're going to have some cleanup to do. But I think we're going to be able to put machine heads back in there. Clean up these holes. Put machine heads back in there. And make it play again. Put some strings on it and make her go. And that was the whole object of this video anyway. This is not an expensive guitar. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but just forget what you see up there. Imagine it says, I don't know, Martin or, I don't know, Taylor or Guild. But it's a cheap guitar. It's meant to, you know, buy it and give it to a young person who's just starting out. But we're going to string it up. We're going to make it play. Stand by. I need to find a couple of drill bits that I can clean these holes out with by hand. I'm not going to put a drill on there. I'm going to put my clamps away, and we'll be right back in just a moment. So sort of the first step is just kind of find an undersized drill bit that's pretty sharp, and do this by hand. Don't put a drill on it. You don't have to put the machine on it. And all you're doing is any squeeze out that was in there that we couldn't get out with the Q-tip the other day. That's all we're doing, and we're going to inspect it really good and see if, because the crack is actually right in the middle of both of those holes. And that's pretty important that we. I think it's going to play. There's not any flex there where I repaired it. We got some cleanup to do. The holes look decent enough to put it back together. Let us test fit some gear on there. I don't know. It won't take us long to put it back together, that's for certain. I mean, from this point, it would just be a cleanup. You can see a shadow of where I wiped off the wet glue. It's still on there. Same thing on the back, but I think a little bit of cleanup. It'll be fine. It'll be just ducky. All right, I got to get the stuff that's in here. I don't know what's in there. Sorry, but it's driving me nuts. I'm going to try not to show this on the camera. Yeah, there's the price tag envelope type thing in there. Don't need it. Let's get our parts back out here. See what we got. Screws and a ferrule. We're going to stick back down in there, and I think for our purposes, we're going to, this is the one that I was worried about. I think we're going to have to finagle something. Maybe if I put, see, these ferrules are supposed to press down in there. I think we're gonna glue them. we're gonna glue them on there. A little dab of glue, just to hold them. They're plastic ferrules. Cheap guitar. Can't say it enough. It's a cheap guitar. Did I say it enough? I think that's what we're gonna attempt to do. That one's metal. That one ain't. Don't know what that. I think if we get that centered, put a little dab of super glue on it, hit it with a clamp and make it hold there, I think we're going to be okay. Because then that will accept our tuning machine. Later on, we can always knock these out and put better tuners on it. But again, that's not what this exercise was about. Pulled this thing out of the garbage, literally, and we're trying to save it. We're just trying to save it and make music with it again. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do. I think just a dab of glue on there just to hold it in place. I know it seems counterintuitive. This is not the kind of repair I would do on any other kind of instrument. This one, if we put too much on at it, it's going to cost more than the guitar would have been new. Get that centered, and yeah, that little dab of glue will hold that right in place, I think. Or will it? Yes, I think it will. If I put that on there. And then this one, same thing. I'm just going to put a little dab of glue on the washer just to hold it in place. Because once we screw the back of it and get string tension on it, that'll hold the rest of it. And that won't take long to dry. That's our favorite kind of glue, super glue. Come here, you. This is just for making this guitar play again. Remember, this is not what the kind of repair that I would do if it was a Gibson or a Fender or a Yamaha even. If it was a real guitar, well, we would have to take it far more seriously and get good tuners for it, and maybe even get real bushings that would screw in there from the top and the bottom. But that's not what today's exercise is about. I'm going to pause real quick while that glue kicks off and see if it holds enough for me to put it back together. Okay, so, oh yeah, no, that one didn't want to hold. Did this one hold? I think we're going to have to put a little bit more juice on that one. Yeah, might have been that the glue didn't actually touch where I wanted it to. It could be that it's because it's plastic. Maybe I should have done the same repair like I did that one, because the metal one went right to it. Stand by, I'm going to try it one more time. I do not know if these tuners are going to make it or not. They're so cheap that I may have to fucking put a couple of tuners on this thing. Sorry, didn't mean to use the F word. Alright, you. Glue dried, ferrule stayed. All we got to do is get these on there so they'll accept some strings and get tight again. Turn some strings. Yeah. My goodness. Am I going to get lucky? Is this going to actually go my way or not? I don't know. I don't know. Little tiny ass screws too. That doesn't help. My eyes are shot. Sorry about my head. If I get this one started. Get it in the hole. Come on, Luch, you can do it. Maybe I can't. Maybe the ferrule is holding it just far enough out of the way. Get this one in first then. At least I can see that hole. Yeah, I'm not liking these tuners at all. Got that one started. Let's get this one started. What's the hang up? What's the problem? What's your beef? There we go. Alright. Guess it was just me. Boy, thank God this isn't a Gibson or a Fender or something nice. I'm still going to give it some love and make it work. Bear with me. You know, once I get something in my head that I'm going to do it, that's the way it's going to go. Funny stuff sometimes. You never know. Maybe I bit off more than I could chew with this stupid little project. I don't know. There we go. Yeah, I'm getting new tuners for this. If this thing tunes up and actually plays and these tuners actually pull up some strings and get them tight, I'm going to leave a little extra string on so that I can take these tuners off. Because if I can at least get this thing to tune up, intonate, and play right, I'm going to put some different tuners on it. These things are plastic. And it's not even pot metal. I don't know. I mean, man, oh man. Cheap of the cheapest of cheapness. Let's see if they all turn around and get in the right direction. That one did. Okay. This one was the one that was giving me trouble, but it's turning. Doesn't like to go backwards. Yep. And this is the one we fabric cobbled. But guess what? That's the high E string, so it doesn't need a whole lot. Yahtzee. Bridge. Do I need to go through dressing the frets and oil on the board? I don't think so. What we're going to do is put a set of strings on. We're going to donate a set of strings, I should say. I'm going to do the two worst ferrules right here at the repair, and then I'll do the others off camera. My golly goodness here. What did I get myself into? It's a good thing I get strings cheap. Sometimes I donate more guitar strings than anything else. All right, low E, here we go. This is going to be the problem ferrule. If this one doesn't go well, then we're sunk. We're going to have to stop and get new tuners. String's going to live here. Go to the next peg, bend it. Stick it through. Boy. Oh boy. There's my weapon of choice. Probably shouldn't be putting a power tool on these machines. Probably the whole guitar will snap in half with my luck. I could see something pulled that way. But once we get string tension on it, it should be alright until we get better tuners in it. Leave the strings extra long, so if I have to pull them off, I'll be able to put them back Let's just see. Oh, let's hold an E. Let's call that a victory. Should we? No, I'm gonna go ahead and string the whole thing up and see what happens. Let's put the A on, and then we'll pause while I do the rest. Because remember, none of these were affected. It was only these two. I don't know. I'm hearing all kinds of creaking. Let's see, green. Okay, I'm going to pause, string the rest of them up, and then we're going to see if it stays in tune, which is doubtful. Okay, so we had an epic fail, but not where you would think. This tuner decided to give up the ghost. Remember how I said these were such cheap tuners? It won't even turn the peg. The G peg, of course, the rotten kid in class. So what we did was, so that's the epic fail. But so far, everything's holding. The repair, the main part of this exercise, E, A, D, then no G, B. You can actually make a chord without the. Can't do much else with it though. E holding, A, D holding, B is close, E is holding. That tuner's probably a little wonky too. But that is not the neck flexing. We're getting chords. This thing's going to play. Yeah, I mean, it's the tuners now that are the problem, not the headstock, not where it broke, where it was snapped in two pieces. That repair proves that you can save an instrument even though you may think it's too far gone. So I saved, obviously, the tuning peg and the G string. I started to wind it up with the machine, and that I think if I was doing it by hand, it would have probably took it, but that one gave up the ghost. These are plastic. I'm gonna do a third video on this. Put new, good, decent tuners, not like top of the line. Why would I put, $40, $50, $60 tuners on a guitar like this if the guitar is only worth really nothing, considering the headstock's been broken? So I consider this a success from putting the headstock back together. We're going to let it stay with neck tension, string tension on it, and for a day or two while I source out something reasonable that I can make work in here. and get the tuners set and make sure that it doesn't. Well, hey, you never know. While I'm sleeping tonight, that thing might snap, and I'll come in here tomorrow, and that'll be that. But I doubt it. I think this is a success. The G string tuning machine was an epic fail, but that's not my fault. That had nothing to do with what we did. I hope you guys had fun with this little one. We're going to do one more installment on this because I'm going to put tuners on this, and I'm going to show you how this instrument's going to play, and it's going to stay in tune. Right now, the weak point is not the crack or the repair. It's the tuning machines are plastic, and they're garbage. Hang in there. We'll talk soon. If you dig what I'm doing, like and subscribe.